Right, hello everyone, and welcome back to FTRL for week number 2 of GT22. We come tonight from Dragon Trail. Normally, when we say that, we follow it up with the word seaside, but tonight we are doing the other layout. We're going to the gardens, and joining me tonight to commentate what I'm sure will be another entertaining night in GT2 is Pagani. Even buddy.
Hola. I've just noticed something. Jonesy has joined the lobby, but I don't think he's been able to get in his car.
Oh, that's. Well, we'll see what problems that causes. So if Jonesy manages to get in his car for the race, then we will have a full grid. If he can't, then they'll, probably custom grid it and starting from the back.
I think there may be a lobby reset because Max can't get out the pits. He's sat there just spamming E and feeling the throttle on the brake. He's not moving.
We're not having a good week in this league, are we?
Yeah, GT is not happy at the moment.
PSN issues last night. Car stuck in pit lane tonight.
One of those things, unfortunately. However, we'll start zooming into the one that leave the boys to sort out their issues and with what's going on.
Well, Zach's gone back to pit lane, and as he's the lobby host, I'm wondering if that means they are going to reset it.
I would believe so.
Yep,
Yes.
there you go.
Oh god, my phone genuinely hits me. Right.
Right, well, while we wait for the lobby to go back up, shall we just recap what happened last week?
I mean, last week was probably one of the most exciting races we've had. I mean, all except oven up for who ran away.
I say it had a bit of everything last week. Different strategies paying off. We had last lap overtakes for position. We had recovery drives, errors, good drives just up and down the grid. It was a great week for an opening week.
We did indeed. And as I alluded to, we had Oven or James who won the race for Team Tango Ice Blast. So those boys were ecstatic with that result. We had Feber and Team Valvoline come second, who, again, coming back to the league, drove a fantastic race. And Lennon, who started, I think, 13th on the grid, pulled his way through the field to finish third, while I think for at least a quarter of the race driving on no front right tyre. So, yeah. Just to name a few, some interesting races last week. And I mean, I don't think anyone will hold it against me if I say we had Mr. Fat Dane jump in on very short notice, replacing Carl, who's still away at South Africa enjoying his holiday. But yeah, he came in and jumped straight to the top of Pro-Am. So some of the drives on shore last week were very impressive, and considering the job I did the day after, yeah, GT2 sort of showed us up a little bit, but
yeah, speak yourself as far as your performance last week goes. Mine was as bad, if not worse.
yeah, I think Team Valvoline GT2 sort of held us up, but you know, it'll come back to us. So Zach has loaded Trail Mountain, but I'm going to guess that's just his settings. So boys in the chat, just calm down. He'll change the track. Don't worry about it. I'm pretty sure if everyone mentions it, he will change it. But like, calm down.
Yeah, it's being told by everyone. Okay. There you go. There's the mountains of Croatia.
I can't say that I actually know that much about Croatia. The only thing I know about Croatia is Luka Modric. That's about as far as my Croatian knowledge goes. So, yeah.
Yeah, that, and I think they filmed a lot of Game of Thrones there as well. I think Dubrovnik and the like became quite prominent tourist attractions back when Game of Thrones was at its peak.
Well, as there's a lot of you already in the chat, boys, just click that like button for us, and we'll just keep chatting shit for the rest of the night. So,
or as Lee Cole would ask you to do, lick it.
yeah, if in doubt, just lick it. It'll be fine. It's okay. We have cleaned it since the last person licked it, so you'll be okay. So Oven has set up the tune. Well, thank you, James. Like, if in doubt, just watch Newcastle. It's fine. Oh, there's disgruntled people in the chat that are not happy with Lee asking them to lick the like button. You'll be fine. Yeah, Witchell doesn't like this track. I remember him and Tom having a ding-dong battle, which included a few Witchell spins over a certain few curbs, the last time we raced around here. It is a difficult track. And it is one that not a lot of people enjoy. I can't imagine those McLarens are going to be nice over that curb.
Yeah, you're saying about curbs, some of them are a bit of a pain.
Indeed. Looking at who's on track, and Mikey's currently driving backwards. I think he's practicing for when he inevitably spins tonight. Or will he surprise everyone and put it on pole again? Right, so Lennon is saying tyre wear is horrendous. Going off last week, if tyre wear is horrendous this week, Lennon's going to have no tyres left. So that's going to be fun. James playing his hopes down and he's horrendous here. And I don't believe it, James. Right. Finished 13th today, then you can say you're horrendous. We have everyone's favourite German in the chat, unsafe release. Hold on. I mean, get back soon, unsafe, I know you're trying, but we all want to see you back on the grid.
Yeah, Witchell's pointing out that Derek has had a name change. When I joined the lobby, it took me a good 2 minutes to work out who it actually was that was driving around under the new gamer tag of Fat and Bald.
Oh God. James's missus is fuming that I ignored her even though I read out what she said, so, don't shoot the messenger. Oh, has qualifying started? Oh my God.
Well, we're going to have a second crack at it. Right, Smithy is on his way out the pit lane this time, so that's one positive from before.
My only query is who's not in the lobby. There's someone not here.
Cycling through, I think it's Jonesy.
Oh, I do hope his internet hasn't deserted him again. Fingers crossed he can get back in. Oh, he just rejoined the lobby, I believe. He has, so probably a lobby reset after qualifying. Should be back on the grid for a race. Oh God, what have I clicked? I've broken something. Well, from my view, I believe the first person to start a lap is going to switch back.
Yep, just cycling through, I'm going to guess that everyone's going to come into the pit lane because they're all on the medium tyre.
tyres is a good shout, to be fair. I completely forgot. They're on medium tyres.
Yep, so for those that are tuning in for the first time or aren't fully familiar with the rule set, the guys have to start the session on the tyre that they want to start the race on. So they've all decided they're going to go for the medium tyre and do a longer first stint. So everyone's probably going to cycle through the pit lane now and put the faster soft compound on.
You can trust old Faber. Faber's going around on a medium tyre. Go on the boy, as his joker. So we'll have a couple of laps in the medium. Well, there's a couple of comments that the game sounds a little bit loud.
Let's see if we can adjust that, even though it's no different from what it is usually.
Well, we're currently so loud that we've broken unsafe speakers, so we're doing well. And no, I have not got used to this controller yet, but I will keep trying. It'll get there. But unsafe does make a good point that Faber will be burning fuel. Obviously this session is 15 minutes from memory, so there is plenty of time to get on the soft. However, I'd anticipate that the soft will give you a second, maybe a second and a half round here, as Fat Dame has clipped the gravel and had a little spin, but it's fine. Joker's burnt a little bit of fuel and he's coming to the pit lane, so Fever is the first one to set a lap time of 34 flat. However, I do anticipate that Switchback should smash that out the window with his first lap. However, Marley has also done a lap on the medium tyre with a 33.8. We did see most of the pro cars of the BMW sort of at the front last week. So it'll be interesting to see if the McLaren can fight back this week. Everyone's favourite Belgian in the chat, Evening Run. Hopefully I see your car less this week, but you never know. It's always good to see you on track.
I'd like to see his car more this week. In fact, I'd like to see any car more this week. It was a bit lonely last week, it's got to be said.
Yeah, I think there was a few of us that just sort of fell out of slipstream range, and then it was sayonara, everyone just sort of pulled away. But lots of love for Rom in the chat. Fever comes into pit lane. What is Switchback gonna do? Our first representative lap time on the soft tyre. 31.7. Currently, after this run of soft time, Switchback is half a second quicker than Lennon. I mean, there's normally 2 tenths for Zach, but you know, I'm sure 4 tenths you can say that just as well.
Yeah, nearly half a second quicker than Lennon. Lennon's not slow by any measure of the imagination.
If there's one thing I would not classify Lennon, it is slow. He can do 1 lap as quick as anybody. Consistency in tyre wear tends to be his falling down, but last week he seemed to make it work. Oh, there's a pink car going round.
Is that Oven?
That is Oven. Stylishly reversing across the grass.
as things stand, Mikey's currently leading McLaren in qualifying.
I mean, he's got pace as Mikey. He just needs to follow it through into the race. Like, his qualifying pace is getting stronger and stronger, but it's putting him in a position where he then has more pressure on himself on the race. Lennon's going to complete a second lap. Doesn't improve.
There's a lot of cars heading down that back straight behind the pit lane.
Yeah, there's a cluster of cars coming on the last corner at the moment. It's like no one wants to give each other a little bit of space. Everyone's sort of vying for the slipstream. But I am surprised to see the guys in the soft tyre come in after one lap. Like you can get 2 or 3 laps out of the set tyres normally, but.
So once again, Team Valvoline have got Dane representing in the McLaren with Dusty Fossil still on holiday. Yeah,
we should probably mention that we do have 2 replacement drivers tonight. As you say, we do have Dane and we do have Smithy BCFC, which is Max, I believe, of the Smith family. There's just a lot of Smiths that are really good on GT, unfortunately. Yeah, Max had jumped in and is replacing Homer tonight, I believe, who can't be with us. Now we will say from the off, we have seen a little bit of lag from Mr. Smithy, but we will try and make you less violently ill by not looking at the car all of the time. So. Few more cars hitting the low 32s now. This Joker puts himself up to 6th place. And he takes over the mantle as the fastest McLaren.
So Zach's now on to his, second flying run. He's already
he's
3 tenths down on his previous best lap time with Zach.
I must say, we've got Oblivion in 4th, who's just dipped a wheel on the gravel, but I've been very impressed with him so far. I know it's only race 2, but he's also another one that has the legs of oven, has come up from GT3 and is not afraid to get in there with a big boy straight away.
He found himself scrapping out at the front of the field for a portion of last week's race, so I dare say we'll see him in the mix again.
Indeed, you mentioned that Zach was a little bit down on his lap and he has sort of give way to the cars behind, so this lap will not be an improvement. Currently a Curia Corsa bookmarking the standings as Derek with a name change, and I think his car has become even more Scottish this week.
Yes, I've those tartan aero elements a new feature for this week. Marley's just improved into P2 with 31.9.
I mean, that is massive compared to the next fastest McLaren, which I believe is Mikey on a 32.4, so Marley's going to be half a second quicker than the next McLaren. Evening, Carl. And yeah, unsafe. There is a little bit less lag in the broadcast now compared to GT Sport, but I imagine it would be a lot better in January when they close GT Sports servers, but I could be hoping for a lot and get a lot less, I'm not sure. Yeah, Marley straight up there. I don't think anyone would have expected that from the off, but he's driving really well. His lap times are fairly consistent. He did a lot of laps on the mediums, and his first lap on the soft was a 31 minutes. So, yeah, Lennon jumps up and goes fastest with 31.5. He's usurped Zach from the top by 2/10.
Applying some pressure to Zach, who his second run didn't go to plan.
See, the trouble is, we know with Zach, when you apply pressure, things go really well. Like, he forgets that his favourite subject is F1, and then gets questions about F1 wrong. In particular game shows hosted on ITV. That's all I'm saying.
Into the final few minutes of the session, so I think everyone's cycled through the pit lane for the last time and will now be getting themselves geared up for their final flying run.
They are indeed. Well, I did say that the Curie costume were bookending the session, however it's now Team Sneak.
Yep.
So Zom go out there and prove me wrong, just like Derek did, and get yourself up there. I know you can do it. Crack on. Flicking through the cars, you can see that the McLaren is a lot more frugal on its fuel compared to that BMW. So
yep, that's going to be another factor to take into the race.
Well, Jonesy reckons he should be good for the race, but fingers crossed that it holds out, because we want to see you win that race. It will require Zach knowing what he's doing with the lobby and setting it up, but we trust in Zach. He's been here a while, he should know how to press some buttons. Well, Lennon has just come up to pit, so he's on an out lap, so he should get one more lap if he's calculated it right. However, Lennon and calculations don't always go right. That's all I'm saying.
Right, Zach is purple through the first sector, only just, but he's on track for Lennon's time. That's done it. I've cursed him.
Well, I thought I'd just go and look at Mikey to see what's happening, and he was perpendicular to the track. So that was interesting. And I have just seen a random addition in the lobby, but he has swiftly left. So thank you for joining and leaving, whoever you were, you mysterious person.
Feel free to join and like the stream.
Yeah, come and have a say hello. I mean, we've got 27 people currently live in the chat, so if you haven't already, like the stream. Oh, we have a Smith that's gone top.
Yeah, you said something about Smith being quick.
Yeah, it just runs in the family. It's annoying, isn't it? Lennon has managed to get a final lap going, so he will have a chance to fight back.
Rode those sausage curves through the first chicane well.
Lennon does like a good sausage ride, so he's used to it. Yeah, Tom has confirmed he did tell Max to practice the reverse version of the circuit, so...
Well, it hasn't... Good to see it hasn't hampered him in any way.
There are a few guys that have still got laps to go. Smithy does still have a lap, as does Lennon. Bieber. Oblivion will be the first to come across the line, I do believe. Oblivion's a little deep at the hairpin.
Yeah, bit of a slide as he looked to get some power on early.
cuts close, but doesn't improve. And is it good 7th place starting position?
Lennon's coming to the line. How's this lap gone? It's an improvement. He just missed.
26 thousandths of a second. Faber improves to go P4.
Yep, and Marley hangs on to P5 and is the quickest McLaren in session.
He is indeed. That tic-tac car is tic-tac-toe its way at the front with the program grid. So he did carry that half a second to Mikey. So he's looking in a very strong position. Lennon has had issues with the long right-hander in qualifying. Yeah, then don't worry too much. Like qualifying for a circuit that you only knew what track you were doing like 2 hours ago, I wouldn't worry too much. Just do what you did last week. Just build yourself into the race, and you'll be fine.
Yep, just be there at the end. That worked for you last week.
However, what I will say is, if this lobby gets reset for Jonesy to join the session, it will reset the conditions. So they won't be the same as qualifying, so anything can happen with the weather.
Yeah, and it's worth noting that a fact that I think everyone forgot about this track is it can rain.
Yeah.
Because I certainly forgot that fact.
Yeah, it completely blew my mind, so I can't imagine we're the only ones. Lennon, that is Tom's brother, Max, on pole, standing in for Homer. And as you know, the fact that he's a Smith, it just makes him quick. So right, well, Zom, I know you've just said in the chat that you haven't bought rain tyres. The session should be restarted for Jonesy to be on the grid. So might I make a suggestion of when it gets reset, go and buy some tyres. Just, you can do it in the lobby. Like, you don't have to leave the lobby.
Yep, not just on, that goes to anyone.
Yeah, anyone who's in this race listening to this chat, please make sure you go and buy intermediates and wet tyres just in case.
Don't be T. Smith.
Yeah. Tom, for the championship finale of last season, forgot to buy wet tyres or intermediate tyres and plummeted down the grid. If Tom can't drive on dry tyres in the wet, no offence, it will be very difficult.
Right, well, there you go. Session's been reset, so now's the time.
Use this time wisely. There's a race shop on your main menu now. Quickly, before Zach does the lobby, just make sure you've gone in and just purchased the intermediate and the wet tyres. I mean, it'll be hilarious if you don't buy them for us, but we want you to do well, so... Yeah, it does look like Jonesy is going to be able to make the start of the race, so... Best of luck with your internet, Jonesy. The last thing we want is you to drop out the race, so... Best of luck. Fingers crossed. Toes are crossed. I can't physically cross anything else.
Well, I think Jonesy's internet connection was a shout for driver of the day last week that let him complete the race.
I was going to say, we might be expecting too much for Jonesy's internet to last 2 races, but you never know. Yeah, I think everyone should get behind that hashtag, Sean. Hashtag pray for Jonesy. However, I mean, I think if anybody was asked, they wouldn't have expected Max to jump at the opportunity to put his on pole position, as he hasn't done many league races in FTRL. I think he's done 1 or 2 last season in GT3. So, again, some of the drivers coming up from GT3 are very, very quick.
Yeah, he does like to do a lot of sort of the time trial things, doesn't he?
Yeah.
So one lap pace we know is there. He's going to be there.
The thing with him doing time trials is he does like to antagonise Ross while doing said time trials. So I fully anticipate Ross getting his own back at some point. Zom, if you can hear us, if you can just jump in your car, that'd be great.
There you go. He heard.
Great
Thank
job,
you, your
Zom.
lordship.
Was it? If anyone else is listening, best of luck for the race, chaps. Just stick with it. It's going to be a long night. We will try our best to chat as much shit as possible, because that's what we're good at. But, yeah. I mean, I can't lie. I am pleased that it's GT2 that have this track for 39 laps. It does seem a lot. But that's why it's an endurance race. It's going to take a lot out of the cars, it's going to take a lot out of the tyres. If anybody hasn't done an oil change for their cars for this race, like, their oil will be murky in this race. They will lose a little bit of performance. Got to be prepared, got to put the time in. I know a lot of the boys are doing a lot of practice, and I'm watching Max on track as his only car on track, and that car is doing weird things while doing the donuts, I must say. Oh, that fried my eyeballs a second. I mean, Lennon's calling for a centre cross turn 1. If you can make it up the inside at turn 1, you've done very well. But keep it clean, Lennon, I know you will.
Right, the grid's formed.
It is indeed.
We're about to go racing at Dragon Trail. Engine notes rise, lights are on. We're away for week 2 of GT2, and Lennon's had a shocking start.
Typical Lennon start.
Called for a centre cross, and he's not done that. So Smithy holds the lead, switchbacks up into P2, feed to P3, and Lennon's found himself.
Oh, yeah. Mikey's up the inside of Lennon. There's contact.
Mikey's
round at turn 2. If anybody called it, and Mikey bingo, well done.
Oh, Lennon all out of shape over the sausage curves in the chicane.
Lennon.
So he's dropping more places.
Yeah, just to confirm, everyone in the grid is starting this race on a medium tyre, as suspected.
Yep, I thought Max was going for an adventure then, and it was just a bit of lag.
Yeah, it is very blue skies at the moment, so as far as I can tell, there's no rain coming, but that is just me looking at the cloud, so, take it with a pinch of salt. But again, it looks like the BMW is stronger off the line, as Marley dropped a few places, and we have BMW in the first 5 positions. James, after an okay qualifying, I don't think he'd have been that happy with it. He's found himself back at P4. He's definitely stronger in the races. However, Max up front is already got a 1.0 now, second gap, so he's beginning to pull a gap to switch back already.
Lennon now looking forward up the racetrack as he finds himself surrounded by McLarens in the mid-pack.
Does indeed. Just runs a little bit defensive into turn 1. It's a weird corner turn 1. Like, you think you can get in a throttle a lot sooner than you can, and you just wind up going on the grass, which is never fun. I was wondering where our other BMW is, but of course it's Jonesy who started at the back. He has made up 2 places, and Mikey is still on the back of the pack. So even after a spin, he's not out of the race just yet.
But having up the inside of Fever at hairpin. It's a move for P3.
How dare you, woman? Give the place back now. Fever deserves that podium. Completely impartial commentary, obviously.
Oh, Zach's round.
Oh, Zach.
Yeah, he got too greedy with the exit curb. Coming down the hill.
Royston's on the curb on the outside. He's managed to get back at the triple right-hander, so he hasn't lost too much. But so very nearly an excursion.
Yeah, Zach's falling all the way to the back of the field.
I want to say something, but luckily he's done it at the start of the race. It gives him 38 laps to go and catch back up to the pack, so his race isn't over.
So while Zach's been having his adventures and everything else has been going on behind, Smithy's pulled 2.5 second gap at the front.
Has indeed, and that it's early doors, but Smithy is roasting his front right tyre in comparison to Oven and Fever. Like he has double the tyre wear on the front right already. I know it's very early doors, but that might explain a little bit of the pace, but he's just naturally very quick because Broker was set fastest lap. It is very intriguing the difference between these cars. Like I think the BMW is the easier to drive, but the McLaren is just so much nicer on its tyres and fuel that opens up different strategies for the different cars. So, well, Lennon's been a naughty boy and he's got a half-second penalty as Oblivion's been grass cutting. The same place switchback went off, he's got grass on his tyres, he's very sideways to the triple right-hander as Oblivion. Just need to keep it straight for a little bit, get the grass off the tyres.
Lennon serves his penalty.
Lennon straight back up inside of Derek. A little bit of contact has give both of them a bad run.
Yeah, Royston's bought into this.
Oh, there's contact in a straight line.
They both wanted Lennon's toe.
Yeah, we've all been there. Derek on the outside. Difficult, but great driving by the pair. What will happen? Come up to this S's section. Loads of room given. Royston looking for an audacious putback.
Looking for a run around the outside there.
So Derek holds the inside. But this will give Jonesy a run. I don't think they'll be able to make a movement to happen, but Jones slowly but surely making his way forward. Starting from the back is up to 10th.
Mikey having a look at Zom in the background.
Oh, Smithy's off at front. He's had a spin. Same place as switchback and run backwards across the track. Oh, I'm pleased ghosting works. Oh my goodness. Got grass on your tyres, need to be careful. Oh, get to the throttle. Oh, Lennon down the inside. Yeah, it's the one thing I don't like about this game. Grass stays in the tyres for way too long. But it seems to have settled down now, but Oblivion's looking down the inside. Gets the move but runs deep. Max is looking back up the inside. Oh, I thought there was going to be contact, but just a bit of lag. However, what this has done is promoted the guys that finished first and second last week. James reheated over and Jadon, and Fever back into first and second.
I just thought Derek was going to sneak one up the inside of Oblivion then.
It's very congested. Sort of this pack from Smithy down to basically Jonesy. Oh, there's contact between Jonesy and Royston into the hairpin. Royston just about misses Derek, but everyone survived. But now, I'm pretty sure Derek's driving in VR as well. So I can't imagine getting contact in VR is going to be very fun. So. So something's happened to Mikey. He lost 10 seconds on the last lap. Unfortunate for the Mikey fans, but Mikey, settle down, get your head. Plenty of race still to go, and you don't know the conditions coming up. So just breathe, relax. I know Aaron's swearing at him under his breath in the party. Just relax.
Aaron doesn't swear under his breath at Mikey in parties. He's normally quite vocal about his Mikey profanities.
Well, there's been a few teams that are top and tail this season so far, but now Tango Ice Blast are first and 14th, so if one's up front, the other one is having a stinker, so we'll see how it plays for the rest of the day. Yeah, the front two are running away with anything at the moment.
Yeah, now, Switchback's road to recovery has, well, I was about to say, has hit a bit of a roadblock behind Zom, but he's now managed to clear the McLaren. Zom, we know, will fight tooth and nail over every position.
Well, as an update, I have had a message from Aaron suggesting that Mike is doing Mike things. Yeah, it's not good for your health, is it, Aaron? You just watch James up front and you'll be fine. But no, the two up front are the epitome of consistency. Like, they may not be the two fastest drivers on the track. I don't think they are. But they can hit lap time after lap time every single lap. I say that as James had a massive slide come out the last corner. But where everyone else is dipping times into the 34s, 35s, the two front are just doing 33s consistently, which is allowing them to pull out this gap. However, Marley,
it's not even like 33s consistently. Look at James's 3, 4, 5. He's done 3 laps within 1/1000ths of each other.
Yeah, James's consistency is.
It's almost robotic.
And that's coming from me. Like, I was known as Mr. Consistent for a long while, but I do believe James has taken my title as Mr. Consistent. So fair play. Like I said, Marley has not fallen away as much as I thought. He is still within 2 seconds, and after a slow start with the McLaren off the grid, he is still in fighting range with two BMWs up front. And Joker has just slowly progressed through the field. His others have made errors. Like, he has dabbled in the 33s, but is doing low 34s. So, I said, the McLarens are just plodding along, just picking up pace while others make mistakes. I said, I've just looked back and I've seen Lennon and Smithy's front right tyre. They both are not very happy.
Well, the front two are about even on their tyre wear, but Phoebe's saved a bit more fuel behind Oven. That could come into play later.
When the teams were officially announced and it was revealed that we had Fever as a team, I was very happy, I must say. Like, he is the nicest person you will ever talk to, and he just gets shit done. You won't notice him on track until he's behind you. It's ridiculous. However, I did mention Marley last lap. He's closing the front two down. When he turned, it was 4/10 he closed to the leader. And his tyre wear is a little bit better than the BMWs in front. I said, Sean's noticed it. His tic-tac teammate. That was difficult to say quickly. I'm not known for speaking quickly. Well, Smithy's overtaken Lennon in the battle for who has the greatest front right tyre wear. He's also overtaken him on circuit, so... It'll be interesting to see what strategy Smithy does do in this race. I imagine he has had some tips from Tom. And as anyone knows, Tom is very, very quick and has a GT brain, shall we say. Like, Tom is very good at planning out his races. However, telling your brother to practice the circuit the wrong direction probably wasn't the best advice, but you know.
Yeah, now, you said about Marley closing the front two down, he's just done a lap 3/4 of a second quicker than the front two.
Yeah.
That last time around.
I don't know if it's tyre wear in the BMW, slowly bringing them back, but it's with Marley in general, like his pace, he is going quicker than he's gone all race, like you say. So Marley is having a storming drive. We have seen this with Marley, in clean air, he can be fantastic. Sometimes can be a little bit rattled in traffic, but his speed is getting better and better with every race he does. However, I did mention Joker earlier doing low 34s. He's steadily being caught by Smithy and Lennon behind, but Smithy will have no front right tyre in a lap, so yeah, we'll see how that plays out. Now, Oblivion behind is known for slaughtering his tyres, but is doing a better job at looking after them. Even Lennon and Smithy. I do apologise, I did just have a burp. Oh. Yeah, don't drink energy.
Fever's coming in.
Kids. Well, we saw Fever pitting early last week, so I imagine he has a strategy in his mind that he's sticking to. Smithy's got passenger.
No one's followed him in. But I suppose what that strategy allows Fever to do is just take tyres only.
Yeah, I fully imagine Fever to come into a free stop now and just send it.
He's come out in heavy traffic, which is the downside to that strategy.
He is, but his tyres are so much nicer. Hopefully being fresh. Like, switch back in front. Obviously had that spin earlier on, but his front right is not looking particularly nice. And I can't imagine when the front right goes that it's a nice track to drive. Especially turn one. Marley's doing Marley things and he's now within a second of Jadon for the lead. I mean, I will admit that Tic Tac is now my preferred mint after Polo broke my tooth the other day, so keep going Tic Tacs. Oh, what does Smithy do? Smithy is going to be out of front right tyre this lap and he's carrying on.
I think Lennon may be joining him in that regard.
Joker was fought back past Lennon last lap, so... Oh god, Biggles is coming up with alliteration now. Marley McLaren Masterclass. Like, are you just trying to get me in trouble? Like, I can barely speak English when it's simplified. Fever is looking down the inside of Royston, who must have had a wiggle because
switchback cleared in.
Royston looking for a switchback, but Fever with the pressure tyres gets a nice exit. Oh god, Sean's now introduced, sponsored by MasterCard, like... Smithy's front right tyre is completely dead and the pack of hounds is here. There's a 4-car train rapidly approaching that BMW. With the last corner being a double 90 left, this could be interesting. God, where is he? I don't know. He's very slow on the exit.
I think Joker may have been looking to try and undercut him there, but Smithy cutting across to the pit lane.
Lennon's going again and has no front right and is going around the outside of turn 1, which is a left-hander. I mean...
Well, Lennon did this last week and it worked for him, so... I'm actually going to say Lennon knows what he's doing.
He did, but what I will say is going to the outside, when you have no front tyres left, is pretty ballsy. Even for Lennon. However, Fever is on the back of this pack that is now all the way up to 3rd place, and he's in 8th. However, by the sounds of it, there's a little bit of lift and coast, so Fever's looking to save a bit of fuel while he's stuck in this traffic. Could have had switchback, but had a little bit of slide on exit.
Lennon's struggling now with that lack of tyre wear. Oblivion rounds him up.
Smithy will be one to watch as he's come back out in 12th place in clean air, and he currently owns the fastest lap, so if he can just get his head down now he could jump God knows where. No. Phoebe's try and have a look at Derek. He's only down the inside for the last corner. Derek brakes late though, he's running deep. Phoebe on the inside, should get the move done, but Derek's still there. Oh. Oblivion and Lennon are in pit lane.
Zach's carrying on.
No, Zach has nothing on the front right tyre. I can see what he's trying to do, get to the end of 13 and make it a 2-stop. But look at the difference between him and Phoebe through turn 1. Phoebe can put the car where he wants and Zach's just sat there, he can't do anything. Yeah, Phoebe's staying off the curbs. He was a bit worried about the consistency of the bounces over the curbs, so he decided to stay away from them, which I can fully see why. Lennon is in the chat while racing, as he usually is, and says that Smith's lag is quite bad. Yeah, we can see it, Lennon. Unfortunately, there's nothing we can really do at the moment. But
yeah, other than doing other things out in front, just nursing that front right tyre, making this a 2-stop.
Marley's had a couple of bad laps the last 2. I believe tyre wear is beginning to affect the McLaren as well. But yeah, Owen is masterful at driving on 1 tyres. As Graham says, this lap is going to be difficult for switchbacks, but he's holding his own. He's dropped 2 seconds to Phoebe, but he stayed in front of the baying pack.
Given where Smithy and Lennon were in relation to each other before the pit stops, Lennon's now 9.5 seconds in arrears.
It is indeed. Well, there's a lot of people heading for pit lane.
There's a lot of cars going to pit lane now, so here are your 2-stoppers.
Be interesting to see where does Jadon come out in relation to Smithy.
Interestingly, the McLarens out front have carried on, Marley and Joker, as is Derek.
Past pit lane, as Jadon is still getting fuel. Smithy is going to be your, I would say, on track leader, but he has half a tank. The Jadon's just over 3/4 of a tank. So I don't know. I went on board with Smithy and yeah, I lost my vision for a while. So I thought he was in a tree, but we're all good. Well, that McLaren of Marley's is getting very tail happy. Like, I think the McLarens are starting to worry about losing the rear right tyre as it's beginning to be a lot slidier? A lot more slidey than it was previously. As Phoebe's made his way back up to P2.
Yeah, he's also got about 20 seconds back to Oven as Marley comes through pit lane this time round.
Yeah, I expect Joker in as well. I am surprised. I would have thought they'd have been in last lap if they were just going to do a straight 2-stop. So maybe they're planning to run a little bit longer on each stop and maybe try the softs at the end. Dane is also in. However,
Derek is not.
Derek, I mean, he did the one stop last week, but that front right, I can't imagine it's going to do another 5 laps. Although if it does, fair play, but I don't see it, as Smithy is pretty much equalled his own fastest lap the last lap round. So Smithy on fresh tyres is pumping in the lap times. However, Marley has come out pretty much 2 seconds behind Lennon, but has a lot more fuel than Lennon. So again, it's going to be. I mean, Zom still is not pitted and is doing what we know Zom to do, is defend for his life, which he's very good at. But Royston on fresher tyres.
Yeah, he's trying to do it against the car on fresh tyres.
Yeah. However, he's fighting back.
He's got Oblivion there now. Oblivion gets the grass.
I mean, I'm no expert, but BMWs don't like braking on the grass. He's done very well to keep it pointing in the right direction. Because Mikey's also not pit. Derek is in now. An insightful message from the FTRL channel itself. Expect Derek will pit this lap, which he has done. Double medium and then a soft stint at the end. I mean, if anybody can make the soft tyres work, you'd expect it to be Derek, I think. He did make the one stop work from last week. His Fever has now entered the 32s. He's dropped the hammer. What can you do? As Smithy has just set fastest lap, so going to the front of pushing on.
Oblivion's finally found a way past Zom, ran the outside of turn 1.
Mikey is also in the pits. However, it can calm down a little bit now, as everyone's sort of spread out, doing their own thing. Now is where strategy will be involved. Lennon's also dipped into the 32s. So after 15 laps, the boys have got the heads on. What can Oven do? That's the question. He's thick with fuel at the moment. To the 33.4 last lap compared to Smithy's 32.5. But he should be doing one less stop than Smithy, so I don't know. Again, it involves maths, so we'll just see how it plays out rather than me doing maths. Phoebe's done another 32, 32.9, 32.8. However, I still see blue skies and a fairly bright sun, so I can't see any weather coming anytime soon.
Yeah, am I right in thinking that Zom's still the only one that hasn't pitted?
You are correct. I mean, if Zom still hasn't pitted now, I can't see him pitting before lap 19, 20. He's going to try this one stop. He's got the fuel for it, I do believe, so it's just looking after that front right tyre. I mean, it doesn't look fun at the moment, that front right, but... Oh, there's a collision between the Acuria cross cars as Derek rode the curb, got a little bit unsettled, Zach straight in the back of him, but they helped each other out. I could see the Acuria cross team maybe switching as Zach did a 32.5 last lap, so he's on fastest lap pace is Zach, as Derek's just come up pit lane, so might be a swap there. Just flicking back through the grid. Dane is 12th at the moment, did win Pro-Am last week, but he's looking a little bit more difficult this week, but as I say, he only had about an hour's practice, so can't expect too much, but he's doing a good job so far. Jonesy. His internet is still with us.
Oblivion up the inside of Royston, final corners. They're going to drag race it down, start finish straight. The BMW prevails.
That is a shout and a half, Sean. Jonesy is on the hard tyre. He's on the pit at the end of lap 17. I mean, Jonesy can't do from lap 13 to 39 on one set of hard tyres, can he? I don't think he'll have the fuel for it. But we'll see. I mean, Fever's red light is on, so I imagine he'll be coming at the pits next time around.
Next time around, yeah. That's Zom coming out of pit exit in front of him.
Yes, indeed. Zom is also on a hard tyre, and with a full tank, Zom will be going to the end.
Mikey's on the soft tyre at this point.
Right, that's an interesting strategy. I mean, he does need to make up a little bit of time, because Lennon has sneaked fastest lap recently. He's not hanging about.
Marley continuing to do what he did on the opening stint and just pumping those mid-33s.
Two Kyrgios cars have switched. Zach down in front of Derek. I think Zach is a little bit quicker over one lap, so I imagine Derek will just try and stick in that slipstream and just get dragged along a little bit. As Royston is now beginning to fight back on Oblivion. He's looking down the inside at the hairpin. I mean, he's hit the apex nicely. Move done. Oblivion with a better exit. But yeah, nowhere to go for the S's. One line. Sean reckons that Jonesy lagged as he went into the pits and accidentally put the hard tyre on. So, yeah, Faber is in the pits, as we anticipated.
Smithy goes through, Ovens going through.
Where is Faber going to come out? He's going to hope that he comes
Lennon's
out
going through. Waiting on fuel. There he goes.
I mean, this could be critical.
He's ahead of Oblivion.
Place. And now, I'm pretty sure everyone has one stop to make from here. I think Smithy has two. Fever is 10 seconds away from Jadon, who I believe is your original res leader when Smithy pits. However, Lemon is slowly closing up into the back of Jadon and maybe thinking of putting some pressure on. But Lennon's front right again is not happy. Oblivion and Royston are fighting again side by side through the S's. Oblivion on the outside, nowhere to go, drops back in behind Royston for now. Oh, but Oblivion's had a fantastic exit coming up the triple right-hander. Not a place you normally see an overtake, but gets the move done. And this is allowing Switchback to join this pack.
Yeah, it was arriving very quickly on the back of these two.
Royston looks for the inside, but Oblivion closed the door. Royston back on the inside of Oblivion at turn 1. These two are tooth and nail at the moment. Royston back down the inside of Oblivion. Oblivion gives him plenty of space, but the side by side again. Oh, there's a little bit of contact. Switchback.
Zach's round. He's round Royston.
And this is Royston into Derek's sights. This battling Pro-Am now. He was fighting a BMW, he's now fighting a McLaren. So now this, Royston comes deep. Derek looking for a switchback coming on the exit.
Junker off in the background.
That's not what you want. Oh, Derek hit the curb. Oh, there's contact between Derek and Royston. It's just a bad bounce off a curb, but it's not
curb hop.
Let's let the two BMWs through. Now, I'll be interested to see what Fever's lap time is in comparison to the likes of Jadon, who has Lennon for company. Lennon is pulling himself back into this race as Jadon's had a couple of slower laps. Fever's done a 32.9, but Jadon's done a 34.1. And there's only 8 seconds between them. Now, I'm not saying this will be close at the end, but it could be close at the end. So I did just say it, but you know what I mean, it's fine.
You're talking about lap times, your company got a McLaren with the fastest lap time.
Yeah, I didn't want to mention it. However, you got Mikey, who has just set the fastest lap, challenging Jonesy, who's on the hard tyre, so it'll be interesting to see how that battle fares. As Smithy has no front right tyre.
Well, that battle's over.
Oh God, Mikey! You absolute pretzel.
Well, our work here is done.
Right, is Smithy going to keep going? I think he's going to try and get to 23. No, he's in the pit. He's made me look a complete fool. And he's in the pit there.
Yeah, you do not know what you're talking about, Pagani. Well, he had to, he's got no fuel.
Yeah, I didn't look at the fuel. Yeah. So can Smithy do 17 laps? No, he can't. He can't do 17 laps on a set of tyres and fuel. I've just had a look, and so Jadon and Marley are definitely on a 2-stop, right?
Yeah, they came in under 13, didn't they? So
Marley has a lot more fuel, so will be stationary a lot less in this pit stop compared to Jadon. One's on a quarter tank, one's on half a tank.
that's going to close them two right up. If not,
I was going to say, with
swap them
fuel
round.
rate, I could see Marley being in the lead of this race. However, can I just mention Little Fever is in 4th and is 32.9, 32.6. He's pulled 3 seconds on Jadon since he came out the pits. Owen is struggling. Lennon is flashing his hazards at him, so there's been a little bit of contact somewhere. Unsafe release is slating Mikey in the chat, as you should.
Lennon's hazards are on probably because he was paused while he was texting. There'll probably be a message pop up in the chat in a minute.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Uh, 32.7 this time for Fever.
So Owen's got to do 2 more laps on that front right tyre. Has he gone too hard at the start of this thing?
It was 34s for the front two last time round.
I think Owen could be out of tyres at the end of this stint.
Is the pressure from Lennon behind making him use more tyre this stint?
It could well be. I mean, Lennon will be in the pits very shortly as he has no fuel. Marley behind did a 33 flat, so
he's in great shape, Marley.
Marley's fuel he's going to be in the pits like 4, maybe 5 seconds less than anyone else, and he's only 3 seconds off the lead. However, Smithy again has come out and is in clean air, so I imagine he's going to be setting the timing screen to the light as he tries to close down the gap between himself and Derek. Oh, there's been contact up in front as Royston and Oblivion are side by side again, going through the triple right-hander, but Royston lifts and lets Oblivion carry on.
These two have been connected all race long.
They have.
As Fever does another 32 7th.
Lennon is going to be on fumes on this last lap. He can't go anymore. This will be his last lap. He has no front right tyre. Oven has very little front right tyre, but has now started to do 33s again. Fever is playing himself back into this race.
Living and Royston are side by side again.
I can see why. Oblivion has no fuel and no front right tyre. I thought Oblivion was going to be in last lap. That fuel is going to be interesting for Oblivion.
That's not making it to pit lane, is it?
No. These two fighting, they're doing 35 the last lap, which is allowing Joker and Derek to catch up quick. Yeah. Lennon has lost 2 seconds to Jade on this lap, but Jade has no front right tyre and has to do another lap. This lap could be the lap that decides this race. How well can Oven drive a car with no front right tyre? As Feber is on the back of Marley.
Yep, and Oblivion's run out of fuel in the last corner.
Yeah, we thought it was close. Just a little bit too close. But at least he did it at the last corner, not the first corner. Lennon has caught the eye of Witchels and he's putting in a shift. He is indeed.
Feber looking at the outside of Marley at the hairpin. Can he switch underneath? Get run out of there.
Owen's got no tyre. These two need to work it out quick. Feber down the inside. Marley doesn't get for the next one, but Feber's inside for the left. He should get the move done. Marley's looking at the outside for the triple right-hander, but I can't see that one working. However, those two battling may have let Jason off the hook, as he has pulled 3/10 through the middle sector as those two are fighting. I must say, Owen has had no front right tyre, but drove that lap immaculately. So what can Fever do now? He's got clean track. He knows what he has to do. Nothing special, just do what you've been doing. Right, where is Owen going to come out of the pits?
Yeah, battling with Marley, that lap cost Fever about a second and a half.
Indeed.
Smithy looking to get past Joker into turn 1. Can he get it done before they turn in? Yes.
Oh, Derek straight up inside the Joker. There's contact. Derek's at a half spin.
Oven out of the pit lane in P8 and gets out just ahead of Lennon. But Lennon with
looking on the outside.
He's got the speed, he's tried to get round the outside. Brakes late for the
contact.
chicane.
Lennon with a switchback. Oh my word, he timed that beautifully. Lennon's overtaken over. What does Owen have now?
Yeah, Lennon wanted to get that move done. That was evident.
Out of the two, Lennon has the worst tyre wear, the worst fuel wear, and has to do a lap more than Owen. So
Yep.
by the end of this race, it could very well flip-flop on itself. Fever's back on a 33.1, so there's still pace in that BMW. Run, Fever. You got it. Smithy has clean track now, so Smithy will be looking to put in some fresh times, and I can see Smithy maybe going to a soft tyre at the end of this race. Maybe.
Yeah. How many laps do you think Fever's got in the tank?
This and one more, maybe. The trouble is, he came in, I think, a lap short last time. He came in lap 19, was it? Or was it 18 he came in? I have no idea.
20.
Oh, there
I
you
think
go.
he got to 20. It's going to be another medium, isn't it, to the end for Fever? He's not going to be able to do a soft from here.
Well, Smithy's done a 32.8, so he's back on pace. Has clean track. And Lennon has pulled a 2.5 now to Jadon.
Closing in on Jonesy on that hard tyre.
Yeah, Jonesy's... I'm surprised Jonesy's doing 34. Has done a 34 on the hard tyre. Which, in comparison, is normally like a 2.5 slower than a medium. And he's doing okay pace.
Do you think Dane's going to try his trick from last week and throw a soft tyre on for the end of this? He's got the fuel to do it.
He does, but I would be scared that McLaren... No. Oh, he's coming to the pits. He heard you and said, no, I'm not doing that.
No, absolutely not. As Lennon throws it up the inside of Jonesy into the final corner.
Lennon will not hang around. If he sees a gap, he will go for it.
And look at that clear track he's got in front of him now.
Yeah. But obviously we've seen that Jadon is currently 8th. Dane is in the pit lane. Royston is in 9th. Switchback is just pitted and is 11th. Oblivion pitted a couple laps ago and is 12th. Mikey's just served a penalty and is 13th, back on the medium tyres now. And Zom is currently 14th on the hard tyre, but not too far away from Mikey. Yeah, Fever is on fumes, so he will be in this lap. Marley continues. Where is Fever going to come out in comparison to Lennon? Because Lennon has pulled 3 seconds on Jonesy and Jadon is still behind Jonesy.
Yeah, he's steaming up to the final corner now, is Lennon.
They've got just over half a tank.
Fever's on his way.
Come out in front. Go Phoebes! Sorry, impartial.
Fever's out of the pit lane and gone, so
Fever's gone.
yeah.
Jonesy is in the pits and everything he's saying he's on the hard tyre, so I do believe he was on the hard tyre. Because Jonesy wouldn't be doing 35s on mediums, I wouldn't guess. But you know. So in that case, where is...
So I think once the front two have pitted, Feber is our net race leader, isn't he?
That's what I'm thinking. However, Lennon has less fuel than Jadon, and Feber has less fuel than Lennon. So I'm confused. I can only think that Jadon has put too much in. But he did do a 37.8 last lap. I might have a little bit of traffic, but Marley is in. With that McLaren needing a little bit less fuel, it'll be interesting to see where he does come out in regards to Feber. And really fit in that gap between Feber and Lennon. Feber's going past the start-finish line now, so Feber will jump up to P2. But Marley's on the soft tyre. Well, that's going to be interesting.
This gets interesting now, doesn't it?
Lennon is confused that the gap's 8 seconds. Yeah, Feber's on a different strategy, Lennon. So, he has... See, that's why I don't type and drive, Lennon, because you get the chicane completely wrong. Focus on driving.
Yep, I've not done many laps of this track in recent times, but I'm pretty sure it's not the optimal line through that chicane.
It is not. Aha! I spy we made it live. Most of the McLarens are on the soft tyre. Marley's on the soft, Dane is on the soft, Joker's on the soft, Derek's on the soft. And Smithy's going around for another lap on the set of mediums he's on, so I anticipate Smithy's going to try and go soft on that BMW when he comes in. As he's just set a 32.3 on a medium.
That's half dead.
Yeah.
Well, more than half dead.
Feber's on a 32.8, so it'll be interesting to see what Marley does on his flying lap. But I mean, like I say, it's usually a second time difference between tyres, so and Marley's been really quick this race. So I'd anticipate Marley jumping on the back of Feber.
I mean, you've got Fat Dane, who, I've got to say, he's had an absolutely under-the-radar performance tonight.
I'll say he's done it again.
Yeah.
I don't know how he does it. He's just done a 32.3. I know he's on the soft tyre, but he's currently second in Pro Am. Again! But Lennon's picked up a half-second penalty. Lennon, you need to focus on your tyre wear and look after that front right tyre, otherwise Jadon will catch you in the last few laps. So, get your head down and focus. But Smithy's carrying on for another lap, so he's definitely going to try and get the soft at the end, I do believe, as he's just on a 34. He's had a little wiggle coming out the last corner, but keep it straight. What's Marley want to have done in this lap? That's the question. 32 flat. Steve's done his fastest lap of the race of a 32.4. It's only 4 tenths, but the gap's only 2 seconds. So the gap between Dane and Joker and 7th is stabilised, so I genuinely have had no idea what's going on this entire race yet again, and I still can't wrap my head around it. The battle for P13 is on, as Zom is closing down my heels, and he's had another couple wiggles.
Jones is throwing a set of softs at that BMW for his final stint.
Marley's pulled a second on Fever this lap and he's currently purple.
Well, Smithy will be in this time round.
Smithy has to go on to a set of softs you hadn't anticipate. How far is he going to drop? He's going to need the least amount of fuel of anyone that's pitted so far.
Just make sure you put enough in it, son.
Yeah, don't do a rom. Or we could say a chub now. Yeah, chub likes to forget about his fuel and just drive. Then with that penalty last lap, did a 34 and did a 34 the lap before, which is allowing Jadon to close back up. So the battle for this podium spot is not over just yet. As Marley is teetering. Oh! He's clipped the curb and had a spin!
Oh, Marley, no!
That sausage curb is deadly. Just get your head down, Lennon's coming.
Yep, Smithy filtered out behind Jadon.
Oh, well, this is going to be interesting. As Jadon and Smithy know each other quite well, but... Oh! I think Jadon went a little bit deep. Maybe give Smithy a run, but with Smithy's lag, I don't know what happened.
No, well, I think now, as long as Marley can get his head down now and not repeat his error, then I would suggest he's got Lennon covered. Because Lennon's already eaten his front right tyre.
I'm slightly concerned about fuel levels, but I'm sure the boys know what they're doing, so I'm not going to mention it again. However, what I will say is that Dane is rapidly approaching on the back of Smithy and Jadon. At the moment, Dane is 8 seconds away from Marley. If Marley has another wiggle, Dane could be looking at another Pro-Am win.
Well, that's the thing. We know that between now and the end of this race, Lennon is going to be on the rim.
Yeah. Lennon has spent too long playing with rim. I mean, has spent too long using the rim this season. However, what I will say, Lennon did a 2:33s the last 2 laps, and Jadon did a 34 last lap, so yeah, it looks like the race is slowly coming to the guys that did the extra stop. Now, I would think Phoebes knows he's got a gap and he's going to manage to the end. Fingers crossed. I think Marley is content that he can pull away from Lennon.
I don't think Smithy's going to be behind Oven for much longer.
No. Yeah, Jadon's put his indicator on. He knows Smithy is in a different battle at the moment. So, there's been a change. Dane has made a little wiggle somewhere and Joker's got through in the battle for Pro-Am. However, Derek is rapidly approaching the two, so the battle for Pro-Am is heating up yet again at the end of the race. I don't know what it is with Lennon, but the more his tyre wears, the quicker he goes. He's trying a 33 too. And I've just seen him fling it through the chicane. As Dane has made his way back past Joker. I think Joker's had a wiggle at the chicane, maybe clipped the curb. But their battling has allowed Derek to get himself within slipstream range, so we have 3 McLarens, 6th, 7th and 8th, all on the soft tyre. The battle for the mystique of 11th place, as Jonesy is beginning to get really close to Oblivion. Oblivion is on fairly dead mediums. Jonesy is on rapidly dying softs. So that's going to be an interesting battle. Switchback is going to be cursing that spin he had earlier in the race, but
yeah, that really put him on the back foot.
He's just ploughed away, just done his own thing, but yeah, he'll be wishing a little bit higher, I do believe.
Joker's back in front of Dane. These two keep flip-flopping position.
Do indeed, as Derek is eyeing up the two in front.
Smithy's fast catching Lennon.
Yeah, I can see why. Lennon has nothing right here again.
Yeah. Yeah, and the 31-1 that Smithy did on the previous lap probably helped him.
Yeah, that is quite quick, isn't it?
Yeah.
Again,
he was only 3 seconds quicker than Lennon.
I think Smithy ruined that little spin he had in that middle sector. It's so easy to do. If you fall off that curve, it just pirouettes the car. Lennon goes defensive. But what can he do? He can't turn left. But Smithy's going to try and go around his outside. He's got the exit. Lennon's going to Schumacher Barrichello him, I believe. There's contact. Smithy's trying to edge him to the right. What can Lennon do? It's a left-hand corner. He can only go around at 6 miles an hour. Smithy through. On the podium. There's only 2 laps to go, and Feber's got a 6-second lead. I believe he's just managing the gap, looking after the fuel. I think Marley would ruin that little spin he had, because I do believe he could have won this race.
Dropped behind Derek.
Second place will be nothing to be called at. He did a fantastic race as Marley, qualified really well. And he's shown he's got pace in the car in the race too. And it will be a Pro-Am victory if he keeps it on the road. Smithy is sending it is the optimal term. Like from curb to curb to curb to curb. Like this is a
using every millimetre of track he can.
I mean, it'll be impressive if he manages to catch 4 seconds on Marley into the last lap. But it's been done before. Yeah, Feber's fuel race just come on, so he'll have enough fuel to do the last lap. It looks like he's managed this race perfectly. However, Jadon has got no front right tyre, with Joker 2 tenths behind him starting the final lap of the race, with Derek and Dane only a second behind. So Jadon is in trouble. He's got no tyres left against cars on a soft tyre. He can't turn left.
He's being pushed round the corner by Joker.
Yeah, he's just got to hold the inside line and just hope that he can't come around his outside. Oh, Joker round the outside. Gets the move done. It was a ballsy move. However, the other's going to look to the outside. I can't imagine an outside move with no front right tyre working, but we'll see. Going for a switchback. Can't pull it off. But he's got a good run into the S's, but he can't turn left. And of course, Joker onto the grass. Oh, Derek's here. Oh God, what happened? Oh. Oh no.
I think Oven checked up because he knew that he'd forced Joker off.
There wasn't a lot that Jadon could do. He had no front right tyre. He was on full lock.
While that drama was going on, Feber's going to cross the line and take the win after a very measured drive
Go
out
on, Feber.
to a win.
Little beauty.
Marley takes the Pro-Am category victory with an overall
Marley's
P2.
got to be happy with that. Smithy, I mean, a fantastic standing drive to put in P3. Lennon comes home with no tyres in 4th. Joker's going to come on 5th. Tane in 6th. Derek is, after all of that, dropped behind those two, finishes 7th. Jadon hit the pit lane wall on the last lap, so he's not happy, but finishes P8. Royston snuck up to P9. Switchback stayed 10th. Jonesy's got no tyres left and is wiggling, then finished P11. Oblivion has no tyres left and is finishing 12th. And Mikey is still going. I mean, the weather's held off. It's still nice and blue skies, so I think a lot of the boys will be pleased that it held off and stayed dry. Zom might run out of fuel on the run to the line, but has done the one stop. Mikey weaves across the line and that nearly goes wrong too, but has finished P13. And yeah, Zom has run out of fuel on the run to the line, but has made the one stop work to come home P14. Go on, Phoebes, you little beauty in the shirt. But yeah, again, another race where we had no idea what was happening until the last 4 laps.
No, the strategy's playing their part once again.
It did indeed. There was only 2 cars to do a lap in the 31s. One was Smithy and one was Mikey.
Yeah, small victories for Mikey. You take what you get out of tonight.
Yeah, again, I think Mikey's put a little bit of pressure on himself. Had a little wiggle early on and then just never got back into it, unfortunately. But these things happen. Again, fantastic points for Team Valvoline, who I believe will take the most points from this week in GT2. So we can have another shit week in GT1 again. So that's good.
Oh, it's almost guaranteed. From my end, anyway. Practice has not been going well. But yep.
But I'm going to say we do have a stream again tomorrow. I'm not sure who that'll be because I believe Jadon is racing in place of Panda tomorrow. So I think you have Zach and someone else? I don't know. Do you know who's streaming?
I have no idea.
There will be a stream, I can guarantee you that.
There'll probably be a high-pitched Scott on it.
Yeah. If you need your FTRL action, we will be back tomorrow. Same time, same place. The calibre of driving will probably be as awesome as it was tonight. You'll probably have Witchell, Ross, Tom fighting each other at the front, and a collection of everyone else battling from 4th to 16th. So there's only 14 on the grid, but 16 will be fighting.
Yep,
so,
the commentator's going to get involved too.
Yeah, if indeed, get more on track. We're good.
Right, well, hope that was as enjoyable for you guys as it was for us. And we'll look forward to do it all again tomorrow night. Thanks for joining us.